everyone. Welcome to our Get the Goods pitch competition for D2C brands in the e-commerce space in collaboration with Girlboss. So my name is Tori Pachin. I lead our partner marketing efforts here at Clearco, the world's largest e-commerce investor. To date, Clearco has deployed $3.2 billion in capital to over 7,000 founders, has funded 25 times more female founders, 9 times more BIPOC founders, and 7 times more LGBTQIA+ founders than traditional VCs. So today we have a very special pitch competition, one that is very near and dear to my heart as it's in collaboration with Girlboss. So this is our Get the Goods pitch competition with Girlboss. For those that don't know, Girlboss is an incredible community of strong, curious, and ambitious women who are redefining success on their own terms. So Clearco has teamed up with Girlboss on this pitch competition to celebrate the launch of Girlboss's brand new marketplace, Girlboss Goods, a highly curated and elevated marketplace of products made exclusively by female-founded and female-operated businesses. Every product in the marketplace is from the perfect work tote to an empowering affirmation kit, comes to you from a brand that Girlboss loves and a brand founder who inspires them. So shopping female founder just got a whole lot easier with Girlboss. You can check out the links in the comments to explore the Girlboss Goods Marketplace and to learn more about Girlboss. And speaking of girl bosses, today we have three hugely inspirational female founders who have been hand-selected as finalists for this pitch competition based on their innovation and growth within the D2C space. So who are these awesome finalists? We have Jenna Labiak, the founder of Silk Labs. Jenna is the creator and owner of Silk Labs, Toronto-based company selling silk products made from ethically sourced pea silk. The Silk Labs products are anti-creasing and designed to reduce friction on hair to prevent damage and split ends. Due to popularity, the Silk Labs has been able to expand its product offerings beyond silk to become a one-stop hub for silk goods and silk hair care. Second up, we'll have Jordan Karim, the founder and CEO of Flora & Noor. Flora & Noor is a skincare brand that targets the skin concerns of those with melanin-rich skin and chronic skin conditions like eczema and hyperpigmentation. They solve the vacancy of halal-certified skincare in the US and provide inclusive, halal-certified, vegan, cruelty-free, and sustainable skincare. And then finally, last but certainly not least, we have Jessica Winger-McFall, the founder of Naked Rebellion. So with a degree from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising and almost 2 decades of Hollywood costume design experience, including a 2017 Emmy nomination for House of Cards, Jessica Winger-McFall is well-versed in most things fashion and apparel. This experience made her ready for the call when she noticed a glaring market gap in the women's intimates industry. She co-founded Naked Rebellion in 2019, focused on providing a nude shade bra for every woman on earth. So I have goosebumps. I don't know about you. These are 3 incredible ladies who are shaking up the industry and filling gaps in the market. We cannot wait to hear your stories today. So what are our finalists competing for? The winning finalists will walk away with a variety of tools and services to put towards their business growth, including $10,000 in cash from Clearco and an exclusive listing in the Girlboss Goods Marketplace. So get the goods. Now I'm going to bring on our judges one by one to introduce themselves, starting with Michele Romanow, our CEO and co-founder of Clearco. You're on mute, Michele.
Thank you. How's everyone doing? The two, I'm very excited to be doing this. The 2-second story is that I got my start doing pitch competitions myself. I was an engineer to school, met my co-founder Anatoly almost 20 years ago, and we did a bunch of business plan competitions, which raised our first $100,000. It was the only reason I had the confidence to leave school, say no to my job offers, and actually build my first business, which was a caviar fishery. I've done everything from doing that to being an e-commerce founder, selling an app to Groupon. And then I joined the cast of Dragon's Den almost 8 years ago now and saw founders giving up way too much of their company, in the early days of equity financing. It didn't make sense to give up 10% of your company for your first 100 grand. And so offered the first rev share deal of the show where I said I would provide that capital. And instead of taking a piece of the company I would own forever, I would just take a percentage of that until I was paid back plus 6%. It would not have a personal guarantee tied to it, and it would not bankrupt the business if you didn't pay me back. And that became where Clearco is today. It's mind-blowing. We've gotten to the size and scale. We have investing nearly $3.5 billion in over 7,000 founders. So very, very excited to be here and hear great pitches. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Michele. We're so lucky to have you. Second up, we have Lulu Liang, the CEO of Girlboss.
Thank you, Tori. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm the CEO of Girlboss, a modern media company. And we're so excited to be doing this event with Clearco in celebration of our newest launch, Girlboss Goods. Like Tori said, Girlboss Goods makes it easier for you to vote with your dollar and support exclusively female-founded businesses while discovering great Girlboss approved products for work, well-being, gifting, and fashion at the same time. We wanted to use our massive community of over 2 million women to help support female entrepreneurs. And we just launched and we'll be adding to our collection on a rolling basis. So check out our website to apply. I'm also personally a small D2C business owner and founder myself. And I know firsthand how hard it is to go from 0 to 1, and especially to get the marketing and exposure that you need to grow your business. So the winner of this pitch competition also gets an automatic enrollment in Girlboss Goods and also a ton of PR and marketing exposure from our editorial team. I personally also love supporting female-founded businesses, and I love e-commerce. My background has been taking another e-commerce company from a 7-figure to a 9-figure brand. So this event is right up my alley, and I'm just so excited to hear the pitches today.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Lulu. Our third judge today is Arthi Sharma, founding partner of Backbone Angels and co-founder of Ghlee.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to hear pitches. I'm Arthi. I'm an entrepreneur and angel investor out of Toronto. I'm also the founder of Backbone Angels. Like Tori mentioned, we are an angel collective of 10 women. We're all early stage Shopify employees. Collectively, I believe most of us spent around 10 years there building the e-com giant. We decided to come together last year to invest primarily in women and non-binary founders. In 1 year, we invested in over 42 companies, all led by women and non-binary founders. Personally, I've invested in over 50 startups, and I gotta say, majority of them are D2C. And I love product-based businesses, and I think that's because I've spent my career in tech. And so when I meet people who build physical goods, I get really excited because I know just how hard it is. And a couple of years ago, my brother and I launched a skincare business as well. It's called Ghlee, and it's a ghee-based skincare business. So I'm excited to hear from some of the pitches because I know what it takes to start a business, but also market to a particular community. For us, it's ghee, and so we market primarily to South Asian women. So I'm excited to hear from everyone, and I look forward to hearing it.
Great. Thanks so much, Arthi. And finally, we have Salima Visram, the co-founder of SAMARA Bags.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Tori. I'm super honored to be here. I founded SAMARA about 4 years ago now, and our goal is just to create better fashion using revolutionary materials that are better for your body and better for the world, whilst also creating impact through our first not-for-profit, the Solar Backpack. I actually started SAMARA with $500 in a production of 10 bags. And 4 years later, we just sold our 500,000th product. So I'm really excited about that. And just to be here and to help channel all the prizes from today and the $10,000 from Clearco and all the support from Girlboss into one of the businesses today, because I know how much that would have done for us at the beginning. And yeah, just excited to be here.
Great. Thanks so much, Salima. So we really do have an incredible judging panel of girl bosses, incredible finalists, all girl bosses. And Arthi, you were getting love on your glasses in the comments, so you might want to drop a link to where you got them. There's a lot of interest there. So let's get started. Let's get into it. Our first finalist today is Jenna Labiak, the founder of Silk Labs. Take it away, Jenna. Jenna, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Of course, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm honored to be in a virtual room with such an amazing group of women. My name is Jenna Labiak, and I am the owner of the Silk Labs. The Silk Labs is a young, funky twist on your traditional silk goods. We offer silk scrunchies, silk hair elastics, silk headbands, and silk scarves. How the Silk Labs was born. As a consumer, I was on the hunt for 100% silk quality goods. After a few Google searches and shopping around, I noticed the style, production of goods, and branding just wasn't quite what I was looking for. So I decided, how hard could it be to buy a sewing machine on Kijiji, learn how to sew, and create an entire business by myself? Turns out pretty hard, but I started my business with $30 worth of silk from the return pile at a fabric store, and I've now bootstrapped my way to building a six-figure brand. Problem and solution. So, as I mentioned, I started my brand with one product, which is our hero product today, our silk scrunchie. To date, we've sold over 9,000 units of this product. Again, as a consumer, I noticed the style of scrunchie would completely slip out of my hair. I wanted all these amazing benefits I kept reading about silk, being anti-frizz, anti-creasing, doesn't crush your curls, and keeps your moisture within your hair. But I still wanted the hold of a regular elastic for working out and day-to-day use. After I finally learned how to sew and experimented, I actually was able to create a custom strength elastic. And once I got this product, I market tested it on Etsy, and I quickly grew an audience of consumers agreeing they had the same problem as me. And that's when I truly had my light bulb aha moment and realized how big community was going to be to build my brand. From here, I built an entire brand of silk products that are developed from community feedback, storytelling, and unique colors and prints. Us versus them. When most of us think of silk, we think of blush tones, neutrals, mature patterns, and a mature audience. I think it's long overdue for the silk industry to have a trendy, fun twist, not only in our product offerings, but in our branding. So, something that we offer that they don't offer is our unique branding, our diversity. Even though it is 2022, I'm still noticing a lot of traditional silk brands are lacking diversity, bold color, and cutting edge community driven design. An example of our community driven design is for our spring and summer collection that's coming out soon. I actually had our audience vote via our Instagram polls on their favorite collection of Pantone shades. And the poll that won, we actually plugged those colors into the prints we made in house. So that's how our community designed our patterns. How our silk is sourced ethically. So traditionally, silkworms are picked from their cocoons, boiled, and spun into threads. Yes, the worm itself is actually boiled. Thankfully, our organic pea silk is certified as fair trade organic by the Global Organic Textile Standards, which means we actually allow the moths to leave their cocoons safely, and then we source the textile. You're probably wondering, why doesn't everyone do that? It takes more time and manpower, therefore making it more rare and expensive. Manufacturing. So usually D2C brands hire a manufacturer overseas for production. I actually decided to take a unique approach. I hired seamstresses within Toronto to sew our products in-house. That way we can monitor and be 100% sure of ethical workplace wages and treatment. This also allows us to have flexible production and the ability to do more limited edition drops, which I noticed our audience loves. And this model actually is very scalable. We believe that in-house work can be extremely scalable if you're organized and have clear guidelines and timelines. We also have a lot of fun with this. We like to include our seamstresses almost like characters in our TV show and featuring them on our socials, and our audience reacts really well to this, and it really helps with our community. Competitor landscape. I have so much respect and admiration for all the companies I've included here, and that's why they're all featured. But I truly believe they're missing something that we have, which is community-driven designs, a close eye and look on TikTok trends, cutting-edge branding, and everything new. When you look at these three pictures, they're all gorgeous, but they're very much what you think when you think silk goods. Market size and market opportunity. The silk market is valued at over 14 billion in 2019 and is projected to reach 25 billion by 2027, growing 7.6% from 2022 to 2027. This really shows our potential here and how much we can grow. Target audience. So when you look at all these pictures I included here, they're all from our tag section and on our Instagram. And target audience is a very important topic for us at the Silk Labs. I often do this exercise where I run through my head, before I fall asleep, I do a day in her life. So if she's from Toronto, where does she live in Toronto? Where does she shop? Where does she spend her disposable income? Every time I run through this exercise in my head, it always breaks down to she appreciates and sees the values in luxury goods such as wool, leather, and silk. but she also really appreciates and sees ethical production. She wants to experiment and have fun with her clothes. She's the trendsetter in her friend group. She's the first one to tell them about this new brand she found on TikTok and Instagram that everyone has to have. She's in her mid to late 20s and has the disposable income to splurge on clothing she really believes in the 75K range of yearly income. Our following. So something you're hearing me say again and again is our community here at the Silk Labs. So we've gained our community from our following and our content. On TikTok, we have over 100,000 followers. On Pinterest, we have over 2.4 monthly views, 2.4 million monthly views. And on Instagram, we have over 17K views, and we have over a dozen million views on our TikTok videos as well. Our numbers. So in 2020, our yearly revenue was over 140,000 for our first year in business. In 2021, our yearly revenue was over 230K. So as you can see, we're receiving a good, steady, healthy growth. As mentioned, we completely bootstrapped our entire brand. So as you can imagine with bootstrapping, a lot of the times we would be completely sold out of inventory, or even our entire website would be sold out. So that kind of explains a little bit of a difference in the numbers. But our goal for 2020 is to hit over $400,000 in sales. And that is my big ask and why I'm here today. To hit that number, I truly believe that we need to start jumping into paid ads, because from 2020 to here, it's been completely organic. And I want to start A/B testing, specifically retargeting ads. This slide is something I'm really proud of. In 2020, our average order value was $40 because, as I mentioned, we started our brand with just the silk scrunchies. By listening to our community and growing our products and adding more bundle deals, in 2021, we were able to make our average order value $95, and our customer retention is 38%, which is a lot higher. I believe the average is around 20%, so that's going to help us have very successful retargeting ads as well. So I mentioned this was completely organic. So how did we get here? We were featured in 2022 Essence Best in Black Hair Awards, the Birdie Best Accessory Awards for April, and we have been featured organically in a lot of amazing press such as CTV News, Elle Canada, BlogTO, Vogue, Glamour, and more. We try to gift about 10% of our inventory to micro influencers. And again, our viral videos. That video that I actually have screenshotted there is from a year and a half ago. And I'm still seeing daily orders of that product that I mentioned from that video. So it's extremely helpful for us. And then we've had some amazing wholesale opportunities with Neutrogena, Hudson's Bay, Four Seasons, L'Oreal, and they have featured us in PR boxes. So we were able to reach influencers that I wouldn't have been able to reach on my own with our numbers yet. Our team. So hi, I'm Jenna. I'm the founder. I have a degree from Ryerson University in professional communications. I always say I'm a marketing girl first and a brand owner second, because I did work in the marketing space throughout university. That's why I am the best fit to be the founder of the Silk Labs. With my branding skills and a close eye on trends, I'm able to bring that fresh twist that the silk industry needs. And then we have Angela, our textile designer. One of our main pillars for our brand is having cutting edge patterns. So having a talented textile designer on our team is an extremely important trait for us. She has a BA and MA in clothing and textiles and works extensively in printed textiles. And then another talented Ryerson graduate, Stuart. The most important part of having a community is maintaining your community. So Stuart does customer service on our live chat on our website and day-to-day on our email. Again, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to even be considered as a finalist, and I'm looking forward to hearing Jordan and Jessica's pitches.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jenna. I have seen your scrunchies all over Toronto, and I'm thrilled to see that you're expanding your product line as much as you are. So we'll dive into. Oh, pardon. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Great. So we're going to dive into our judge Q&A, and Lulu is up first.
Hi, Jenna. Great job on the pitch. It's so nerve-wracking.
Thank you so much.
To be doing this in a live environment. So you did a great job.
Thank you.
And yeah, your designs are so beautiful. Like all the silk scarves as tops are like beautiful. And I also agree with all of your differentiators in terms of like what makes your brand unique and your competitors as well. And I agree with Salima, like I think 10,000 does a lot for a small business at this size. You mentioned that you want to invest into paid ads. I'm curious if you had any other intentions on how you're going to spend the 10K.
Yeah, so as you know, paid ads can get very expensive. And of course, we want to make sure they convert and they're bringing an ROI for us. So, something that I know has been working for us time and time again is our influencer gifting list. So, that is another thing that I would love to push, especially with our new collections coming out in the future. And then just making sure my website is as convertible as possible when doing the ads. So, making some changes there and then pushing our email marketing as well.
Thank you for that. I have a
Thank
second
you.
question,
Of course.
if that's okay. I wanted to hear a little bit more about your product assortment strategy. I think that's going to be an important factor for you as you're looking to differentiate in this space. So if you can just share about something about your best sellers and how you're thinking about that, expanding that in the future.
Yeah, so we want to stay specifically in the silk market, especially with our piece silk. Again, we're extremely community driven. So I'm always asking my audience and asking in our emails what people want to see. And a lot of times when someone mentions something, I'll try to make a sample of it. So moving on in the future, I want to be a one-stop shop for all silk things. Every time you think of a silk product, you know you can get it at the Silk Labs. So I don't really have a limit in that space. I'm thinking like everything clothing in the silk industry once we're able to grow.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great job, Jenna. I'm a
Thank you.
marketer too, so I love when people talk about their target customer, like what does she do? What does she do when she wakes up? Where's she having her coffee? So great job.
Thank you.
Lulu kind of took my question of the product roadmap, because I think that AOV number is definitely compelling. And I think the more that you can encourage folks to add to their cart with new products is wonderful. So I'll ask more of a question. You mentioned around some gifting boxes and Neutrogena and others with possible retail and wholesale. And we know with D2C, either you're spending a lot of money on paid ads to grow, or you're putting money into your wholesale and retail strategy. So I'd love to know, what are your plans this year with any retail or wholesale opportunities?
Yeah, that's a great question, because as we grow, and especially for this year, I really want to push our wholesale opportunities. I feel like last year I just started like dipping my toes into that region, but this year it's a huge goal for us. So we would love to be in some major subscription boxes such as Ipsy or BoxyCharm. We think that would be like a great push for us. And then I want to get some larger purchase orders like Anthropologie, Free People, really getting in that senior space.
Great. That's awesome. One maybe piece of feedback then is, especially as you're starting to grow and knowing that things are opening up with COVID, I would also encourage you thinking about salons. A lot of salons added alternate sources of revenue during COVID, and they've grown their e-com side as well. So not just looking at the big retailers, but those small businesses will help as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, you're on mute.
I love what you're building. Our team loves it.
Thank you.
We've talked about it before. It's really cool. Kind of going with what Arthi and Lulu said, I'm just curious how, I know you mentioned you use bundles to kind of double AOV, or pretty much double AOV in the last year. What are your plans to hopefully like increase that again? And especially before you try and run ads, I think it'd be really valuable if you can figure that out, because the more you can spend on acquiring the customer, the better it is for you.
Yeah, that's a great question. I want to do more matching sets and bundles that just make sense to get the whole set. So as we move in our category with our silk goods, we could do like a matching pant to a matching top to the matching scrunchie to the matching scarf, and really just making it a whole bundle that you just can't help but get the whole thing.
I love that. And then I have a second question. In terms of manufacturing, I know you said you worked with, or you work with a couple of seamstresses in Toronto. If you want to expand all your product lines and everything, do you have plans to scale that as well? And do you see that as a challenge?
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. And as you can tell by my pitch, I'm very hands on with a lot of aspects of my business, which I do enjoy. But as you scale, you have to let go of certain things to reach different heights. For us, I still see myself in this year working with seamstresses and growing in that area. But when it gets to a point where if we're getting a super large purchase order, or there's like a step where I just know it's the right step, then I would start reaching out to manufacturers within the city and even in the States or overseas if I have to.
Makes sense. Yeah, we worked with a lot of boxes, and I feel like they were a huge reason why we were able to stay bootstrapped for this long. And I highly recommend that. But I think for that, you will need to find larger scale manufacturing that can manufacture in like really short time periods.
Right.
Sounds like you're already thinking of that. So that's great.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Really, really cool products now. I definitely want a silk scrunchie. So
Thank you.
And I have very fine hair, so it will work very well. What is your repeat rate on customers? Like your AOV is really strong, but how often are people coming back?
Yeah, so we have a pretty high repeat customer base. It's about 38%, and I believe average for direct to consumer brands is about 20%. And I believe that's because of our strong community, our following on socials, and also our email list is pretty strong as well.
Okay, and that's a great place to start with. And then you touched quickly on the difference. I think if you were tracking from last year to this year, you'd be probably a little bit more than double based on kind of where you are so far in the year. So beyond supply chain issues, and I'm even curious how you're sourcing all of this ethical silk. Where is the slowdown coming from?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say it was when we first started business, it was a lot of just selling out and not being able to keep up with our audience and our inventory. And during the holidays, we did have a supply chain issue like a lot of people experienced. So we did receive product in January instead of around the holidays, which definitely hurt us a lot. So we do have a lot of inventory that we're moving through right now, and it's still moving steadily, but it's something that we need to push. And then I think we just need to grow our audience, keep posting organically, and also try to incorporate those paid ads to grow even further.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jenna. Awesome to see how far you've come, and excited to see where you continue to go. So thanks for pitching today. Next up, our second finalist, Jordan Karim, the founder and CEO of Flora & Noor. Jordan, you're on mute. And we're going to get your pitch deck live. All right, you're good to go. Jordan, you okay? Ready to go?
Yes. Sorry, I've lost my screen. So
It's okay. We can see it. You got your pitch decks up. You can see it well.
Okay. No, I can see it too. Okay.
Good luck, okay?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate this opportunity. I'm so excited to be pitching amongst you ladies. My name is Jordan Karim, and I am the founder of Flora & Noor. Flora & Noor is an inclusive skincare brand that targets the skin concerns of those with melanin-rich skin and those with chronic skin conditions like eczema and hyperpigmentation. We solve the vacancy of halal certified skincare in the US, meaning all of our products are alcohol free, free of any animal byproducts, and permissible to use. We provide skincare for clean skincare enthusiasts, those who are conscious of the environment, and those who need to use halal products. You can see here that a majority of women feel ignored by the skincare industry and that aren't enough effective products for them. This is largely due to underrepresented consumers, those who have chronic skin conditions, those who are of darker complexions, and those who need to use halal products. Additionally, a whopping 82% of skincare products contain toxic ingredients. All of our products are cleaned by Sephora, Ulta, Whole Foods, and Credo Beauty standards. Even though we aren't in those retail locations, those are the places that I hope to be and I'm working towards. And a large number of consumers also would pay more for a product, even if the packaging was environmentally friendly. And this is very important for us, and why our products are also sustainable. They're all reusable and recyclable, with compostable packaging and naturally sourced ingredients. Our goal is to make halal certified skincare more accessible with high performance and effective formulations with ingredients backed by science, so consumers don't have to choose between efficacious formulations and clean products. As a research chemist and previous pharmaceutical consultant for Johnson & Johnson and Allergan, I love to see patients yield efficacious results. And I love consulting with doctors and estheticians and dermatologists about the mechanism of actions of all of the important ingredients in the formulations. However, none of the products were ever vegan or cruelty-free or sustainable, and I don't think any of them ever thought about being halal certified. So I thought to myself, what if I could create products that were inclusive, also clean, and had ingredients backed by science that everyone could feel proud to use? Because additionally, as a Black Muslim, it is very hard to find products that target the skin concerns of those with melanin-rich skin like mine, okay? But also, it's very, very hard for I and billions of other Muslims who have to either DIY, order products from overseas, or use prohibited products and then feel terrible about it later. So I created Flora Noor to solve this vacancy and create formulations that absolutely everyone can feel proud to use and that are safe on our skin. Additionally, we have Hebak Abdullahi, who is our CMO, and she has almost a decade of experience in marketing and advertising, as well as experience as a brand community manager for the Mom Project. So products is my favorite thing, especially as a research chemist. And we have here individual products. All of our products are sold individually. But one of our differentiators is that we also have our products in full stack regimens. So we have skincare subscriptions that include cleansers, toners, serums, and moisturizers, all in one package for consumers, so they don't have to become chemists in their bathroom, because skincare is very confusing, and it's only getting more confusing, especially with skincare Instagram. And so we are making this simpler for our consumers, as well as products for the face. We also have body products that include body butters and body scrubs that are also packaged in skincare subscriptions, specifically with colloidal oatmeal for eczema therapy, as well as stretch marks and irritated skin. Manufacturing. So we're really, really excited about the lab that we use, that we co-manufacture with. They are a cruelty-free lab that we work with, that we needed to find a lab that we could easily get halal certified with, as that is a very long certification process. And there also is an educational component on my part in educating labs what's required for getting this halal certification. So they co-manufacture, fill all of our products for us, and they have been excellent in doing so. So we are working towards scale and are scaling to supply a large amount of products in case we get a very large purchase order, which is the goal. Our global skincare market is $163 billion. And though people may not realize, the global halal beauty market is also a $74 billion market. So these are really huge markets that we plan on taking advantage of. And though untapped in the US, halal beauty is much larger outside of the Western world, as you can see here. And we plan on being pioneers of halal certified skincare and taking a large part of that market share. And our serviceable, attainable market is $21 billion. You can even see here that in the next 2 years, the halal cosmetics and personal care market will increase by 28 billion. And the natural beauty market is going to increase globally by about 5 billion in the next 2 years as well. And again, we definitely plan on taking some of that market share. Our business model, we are available on Walmart.com, Amazon, FloraandNoor.com, Verishop, Beauty Bridge. as well on socials, on Instagram and Facebook, and physically at the Allure store. Financially, you can see here our average order value is about $54, and this does include single order products on Amazon. Our average profit margin is around 83%, and our customer acquisition cost is $8.82. This is a very low customer acquisition cost. We hear this all the time, and this is largely due to we have 2 best-selling products on Amazon, including the Oatmeal and Shea Body Butter and the Shea Sugar Scrub, which are Amazon bestsellers and have really good and inexpensive advertising costs on Amazon. So those inexpensive advertising costs on Amazon really help us sustain a very low customer acquisition cost. We have over 4,000 customers, and we have been in market for about 14 months. We launched in December 2020, and our revenue is a little over 200K. And you can also see here our lifetime customer value is about $9,000, $9,659, and this is over about a 5-year lifetime. Also, based on this time last year, our customers have increased by 400%. We have also increased by 177% in new site members and 772% in new active leads in comparison to this time last year. So we are really growing rapidly, and our sales have also increased by 423% in the last 3 months. Also, we're currently being mentored by the founders of Glow Recipe, Christine Chang and Sarah Lee and their team. This is really, huge for us, and we really have great synergy because if you don't know, these founders of the Glow Recipe were huge pioneers in making K-beauty, Korean beauty, so huge in the US. And really a staple in a lot of our skincare routines now. We hope the same for halal certified skincare, that we also are able to share the benefits of alcohol-free, free of any animal byproduct skincare with everyone, and that they will also be large consumers of our products and everybody's skincare routine. And so this is a really great synergy with us and them as well. You can see that we've also been featured in Birdie, Bustle, Allure, Forbes, and Vogue. Additionally, our marketing strategy here, this is our biggest thing that we're really trying to do right now, is to increase brand awareness. Our goal is to hit 500,000 in sales this year. We have a blog called The Floor and More Edit, which we're trying to gather more viewers and readers. We're also going to try to gain consumers via video marketing, community building. We are very huge on community building because there is a large amount of Muslims who are not able to purchase skincare that they can feel proud to use here. And we're all searching for the same thing, which is why I created the brand. So we actually most recently had, actually in December, a huge event in Chicago with actually over 20,000 Muslims, which was really exciting, where we were all just talking about the benefits and educational things about halal certified skincare, and which many Muslims also don't understand, that if a product is not vegan, if a product is vegan, that does not make it halal. And so there are a lot of things to learn amongst all of us. Also, we're going to start to try to retargeting, which is why we really want to use this funding, as well as marketing automation, a podcast, and digital storytelling, especially because, like I said, there is a huge educational component to our brand. None of us want skincare that has a ton of alcohol in it because it's extremely drying for our skin. I think in general, many skincare brands are trending away from using products that also have animal byproducts. And so we're really trying to be the pioneers and leaders of this, and this is our goal. You can see here our competition. We have The Ordinary, Sunday Riley, Shiseido, and Glossier. And though many may be vegan and cruelty-free, none of them are vegan, halal certified, cruelty-free, also targeting melanin-rich skin, and have a subscription offering. And you see Shiseido here, which they actually are none of these things, but they are our competitors because they have a huge international and global name. And we plan on having the same. We actually currently do also ship internationally and globally because, as you can imagine, halal skincare is a big thing overseas. And so we plan on being a hugely global brand. We are asking for, of course, 10K for the future of truly inclusive skincare to use towards inventory and marketing. We really want to increase our marketing spend, as most of it has been used towards marketing and advertising on Amazon. We really want to start using more for our e-commerce platforms, particularly our website. And if you have any other questions, I'm looking forward to them. You can find us on social media, or you can contact us here.
Great. Thank you so much, Jordan. You've definitely found a gap in the market. It's incredible to see how much you've done in such a short amount of time. So we're going to dive into our judge Q&A. Salima, you're up first.
Jordan, I think this is really cool. It's super fascinating. I'm Muslim, so I totally understand the halal side of things. And it's just something that I've never even really thought about, as embarrassing as it is to say. And I actually did some more digging in, and I didn't realize that a lot of moisturizers contain alcohol or gelatin or things like that. And I guess my first question is, since you're basically almost creating a new category, how hard is it to formulate and create all these different skincare products without things like alcohol and things that have been used for generations? And how expensive is it? How hard is it? And then how is the efficacy of it?
Yeah, so thank you so much for asking, and I'm so excited that we now have a brand for you to use as well. So we use a co-manufacturer that is already cruelty-free. So when searching for labs, I really needed to find somebody that was going to be easy to work with in terms of getting halal certified, because it is a very difficult process, and a lot of labs don't know anything about it. So there's a huge educational component there where we were just interviewing each other for months. And so when I finally found the right lab that was already cruelty-free, which made it a little bit easier, we actually had the Islamic Services of America come in and educate them, as well as me, to just make sure that we were all on one accord so we could get halal certified properly. And that, a lot of people don't realize also that a part of the halal certification is also that your products and packaging also have to be conscious of the environment as well. So we also had to make sure that we went through that process as well. It was a very expensive process. So a lot of our funding, actually my savings, went towards that in the beginning. But that was ultimately the goal of the entire brand, is to really solve this vacancy. So, without that, we wouldn't be Flora and Noor. So that's how that process went through. But it's really interesting to see actually how the lab also has gotten excited about halal certified skincare as well, that they didn't know anything about. So all of them are actually really excited about using the products, telling everybody about the products, and having alcohol-free products is better for everyone. So like you said, a lot of times me and other Muslims as well will think, okay, well, if it's vegan, it must be halal, but that's really not the case, as you said. And so this educational component with the lab and everyone who was also sourcing our ingredients, was difficult, but worth it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I bet the market is just huge for it in the US, but also just internationally. I think there's a massive opportunity there. But my second short question is, how does your subscription revenue compare to your non-subscription revenue?
Yeah, so our subscription offering is 22% of our revenue. So okay. We're trying to increase our subscription offerings. We see that actually, based on our analytics, after the third individual purchase is when most consumers are buying the subscription offering.
Got it. Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
Hi, Jordan. Great job on your pitch. I can definitely sense your passion and this enthusiasm for the brand. It's getting me really hyped up too. And I think you found a really, really cool niche in a very competitive space. So great job on everything you've accomplished so far.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I have two questions for you. The first one, I would love to hear more about your the effectiveness of these products and like customer reviews. I used to work at Vichy and La Roche-Posay, so we also treated like eczema and a bunch of other skin conditions, but definitely not natural or halal or clean. But I would love to hear, I know you mentioned that you have a $9,000 lifetime value. I'm assuming that's per customer. Just any stats you can share about like customer reviews, effectiveness, retention, things like that.
Yeah, so our customer retention rate is actually 35%, which is higher than the average a little bit. And in terms of effectiveness, like you said, we are using organic and natural ingredients. And a lot of people find that they feel like they have to choose between that or being clinically effective. But, you know, as a research chemist and previous pharmaceutical consultant, that was like the most important thing for me, that I made sure that these products were effective, though still organic and natural. And so you'll find that some of our ingredients, for example, to treat eczema, let's say, we use colloidal oatmeal, which is actually used for eczema therapy. So we're using natural ingredients to treat these skin conditions. For example, salicylic acid, which is used for acne a lot of times and other skin concerns. Instead of using a synthetic version of salicylic acid, we actually use willow bark, which is a natural version of salicylic acid. So we really work hard to try to use natural and organic formulations of chemical compounds to still yield efficacious results.
You must spend a lot of time researching all of that and getting like this EWG scores, and yeah, congrats on that. I know how long it takes to launch. My other question for you is, I think what you've done, which is really unique, is you've found a really great niche, you know? And I think in terms of your marketing, in terms of your acquisition costs, and how you mentioned it's low, it's probably because I'm assuming you're targeting with your niche first and with more warm leads. And I think in terms of marketing and how you can market in terms of your content strategy, you can really own this space, which I think is super exciting. Just curious about your thoughts when you think about your marketing strategy and how you're planning on doing it in a niche way or in a more broad way. At Vichy and La Roche-Posay, I think most of our products was sold through pharmacies like CVS, Target, Shoppers here in Canada. So just curious to hear about your thought process there.
Yeah, so in terms of, like you said, for example, retail, our goal is really to make like halal skincare more accessible. So we really want to be at your Targets, your Sephoras, your Ultas, your very large, broad consumer retail locations, because we want everybody to have easier access to buy halal certified skincare. And in terms of marketing that, what we're finding is that a lot of consumers really are now into different like trends and new products that they haven't heard of before, or really, I mean, for that matter, have, you know, seen before, because they want to try something different. And you'll see this with like trends on TikTok, trends on Instagram, especially I would say like in K-beauty. Now everybody's slugging. So there's all of these cool new different, you know, trends and communities that are really engaging in skincare now. And we'd really like to, you know, be a part of that and really make sure that we have kind of like a digital first, I would say, marketing strategy. Because we have such an educational component to our brand, we find that video marketing and digital marketing helps us better in terms of leads and views, because we kind of have to also educate people more so on the benefit and what halal certified actually means.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michele, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. It was a great pitch, Jordan. It's great to hear about your products. You know, how do you make sure that you don't educate the market to build this halal category and then someone else takes it from you? Because it's a ton of work to build a category and education. And so how do you keep that loyalty with your brand?
Yeah, so we do offer, you know, customer and rewards for customers that do purchase and shop with us. We do a lot of community events. For example, we did an event in Miami as well as Chicago, where we want to make sure that even if, other people do jump on the, halal market, which is good, right? Because we do want more people to have access. We still want to make sure that we're still like the leaders and pioneers of halal certified skincare.
Yeah.
And so we do that by trying to build loyalists through community building, through events, through customer rewards, and through also engaging with kind of like a founder first mentality on our socials, where they can interact with me. And when they think of Flora and Noor, they also think of Jordan, Karim, and they think of how we did this first.
Yeah, cool. And then one more skincare question. So I'm like not that good at skincare, but isn't fatty alcohols like in 90% of skincare? Like, don't you want that? Like, isn't that a very good product you want for your skin? Or is it just you've found a niche that doesn't want any alcohol products in skincare?
So actually, you don't need to use alcohol in your skincare, and it's actually not beneficial for you at all, except for the fact that it makes formulating a little bit easier. And so what we have done is we've made formulating a little bit harder, but we're doing it because we have to avoid alcohol. Alcohol is very drying for your skin. So a lot of times, even if you'll go to the store, you'll see like alcohol free, because people really do care about that. Now, some alcohols are not prohibited to use. As you mentioned, like you said, fatty alcohol. So some fatty alcohols are fine, as they're not ethyl alcohol. So ethyl alcohol is really the specific alcohol that we have to avoid in our formulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great. And then we have Arthi up next. As our judge, Q&A, so bring Jordan back. There.
Jordan, I'm not going to ask too many other questions because I feel like everyone's covered what I'm interested in. I think just the last thing for me, one, I'm going to tell all my Muslim friends about your product. Two is with the prize money, what are you going to focus on? What's the one thing that you're going to focus on?
Like marketing. We have been marketing a lot on Amazon because our advertising costs on there are quite low. For example, we spent a little over $1,500 in the last 30 days, and we gained 180 customers. So, we're able to spend a little bit on marketing and get many customers on Amazon. But in terms of our personal website and other platforms that we're available on, I haven't had the funding that I need to fully execute marketing on those platforms. And so I want to use that money towards advertising, retargeting, A/B testing, and just continuing to gain customers through our funnel, including SMS marketing as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jordan. Our third finalist, Jessica Winger-McFowle, we're going to bring you up to start your pitch. Good luck.
Thank you. I am so honored to be, with Jenna and Jordan up here. This is so exciting and such an incredible space of women doing amazing things. So thank you for having me. I am so excited to present to you Naked Rebellion. Finally, a nude shade for everybody on earth. The most important fashion piece in a women's wardrobe was never designed with all women in mind. And that was never more clear for me than it was 20 years ago. I got my start in costume design, and I was working and felt like I was making it. I was working with really great designers and on really cool products and really cool projects. And we were designing this great, huge commercial campaign, and with elaborate costumes and dancing and all the stuff. And the designer said to me, "Can you go out and buy bras for our fitting? They're about to come in." And I was like, it's kind of a stupid job, but sure. Somebody has to do it, I'll go. And I go to the store and I buy the nude bra that's in store, and I come in and I'm holding these bras, and in walks this dance troupe. And it's the most gorgeous women you've ever seen. They're from all over Africa. They are our dancers. We've made these incredible costumes that are scandalous and showing, and I have beige bras in my hand. And I was like, it hit me. Like, how is this even possible that the industry never created something that all women need? We are always been pitted against each other. And it was this light bulb moment that I know this now. I have to fix this now. And the designer looked at me and the producers were like, this can't work. And so someone had to take the fall for it. They fired me on the spot in that moment for something the industry didn't create. And I knew I had to fix it. So cut to 15 years later, we finally had all the stars align and we were able to launch Naked Rebellion after my time at Dancing with the Stars. Again, dancing is a huge component here. And at Dancing with the Stars, what we do is we take, we have talent with all shapes and sizes, and we take power mesh fabric and custom dye it to their skin tone. And that's what lays under their dance costume. So I knew, light bulb moment again, like now I have the fabric, I know how to do it. So all that time and energy and research into it, that's how Naked Rebellion was born. So finally, a bra that sees you. We selected the 8 most common nude shades and black because it's obviously a bestseller. I worked with celebrity makeup artists and I had them tear open their makeup kit and was like, pull out all the stuff you use the most. Tell me what I don't know that you need to use. And we went through her whole kit and we picked the 8 shades that will represent the largest group of women on the planet. These are the nudes that we have. As you can see, we wanted to be a company that saw every woman, not just a particular race or size or anything. We wanted to be this community where every woman is accepted. And because the rebellion is happening now, there's comfort trends and inclusivity trends all over the marketplace. Thank God it's finally happening. Retailers invested into bralettes. It's up 4%, while push-up bras went down 25% in 2020. And 24% of consumers in the US want inclusion of plus-size models in the lingerie ads. This graph here, I did North America and the US because I'm lucky enough to pitch to a lot of you in both countries right now. The total market available in bras sold for North America is 25.8 billion. And then you see the bras, just the bra segment sold in just North America. And then based on our research and our target demographic, that's a $320,000 revenue just in bras alone. And over the past 3 years, we've become really close to our target demographic of empowered women. The Naked Rebellion woman, we call her Raquel, is someone that lives in North America, is between the ages of 30 and 39 years old. And our best-selling size for Raquel is an extra large. Her favorite shades are honey, caramel, and mocha. She has disposable income and she loves to spend it on women-owned companies. The lingerie market is exploding. It is growing 17.27% year over year. It's expected to hit 78 billion by 2027. And the industry is broken into 2 basic categories, bras and briefs. And in bras, 50% of that market is in wire-free or unstructured, which is the market that we tend to own. And if you were looking at anything to do with fashion runways in 2020 this year, bralettes were the #1 market trend for 2022. Underwear as outerwear is a huge trend. And also darker shade nudes finally are hitting the marketplace in other brands as well. And it now equals 56% of skin tone underwear in the US. Here's some of our competition. I highlighted these brands that are super incredible, doing really great things. We've highlighted the nude shades that they have, the price point. They're social conscious, which is what we call, a community first. That's what we want to be. We want to be this place, this platform where all women come, wherever you're from, whatever you look like, and you can find yourself here. You feel supported. Comfort focus is what we are. There's no underwire, there's no hooks, there's no clasps, all the things we hate in bras that make us want to take it off at the end of the day when we get home. We are focused in taking away all those things. Obviously, you can see market cap here. I have Skims on here, which just recently had a $3.2 billion valuation in the nude lingerie space. And Lively, their investor, used to work at Victoria's Secret, and her husband is huge into investing. And so they had a $50 million investment into their company as well. And I also put on here experienced founder. With my 20 years of the costume design experience, I have fit truly every size, shape woman out there. And that is an invaluable amount of experience, and that what we've used when we start to develop and create new products for us. This is our rebellious standard. The pillars of our company are built in comfort and inclusivity, and it makes us the essential building blocks of every wardrobe. These are our 3 bra styles that we've launched with. So we have the bralette, the tank bra, and the racerback. The bralette is like the bridge between a traditional bra and a true underwire, non-underwire bra. The bralette, we have mesh and nylon on the front, so a little more coverage. It has adjustable straps in the back. Our tank bra is my personal favorite bra, and it is all power mesh. It's a little bit longer lined, and as a 1-inch strap on the shoulders for just full comfort. I sleep in this bra. It's truly incredible. And then we have the Racerback, which is a little sportier, has a keyhole in the back, and the straps over the shoulders can separate, and so it can disperse the weight as your, light activities and stuff. These are the 3 underwear we have launched with: our high-waisted, our thong, and our brief. Our high-waisted is everybody's favorite, and if you pair it with the bralette like you saw on the last slide, it can also double as swimwear, which is super fun. We have the power mesh panels on the side, and it's a higher waist, so it's just the full coverage. It's cheeky and cute. Our thong is all power mesh, and it is lightweight, livable all day long. And the brief is our kind of the bridge of both. It's all mesh in the back and nylon in the front. It's cheeky, it's cute. I sleep in that one too. It's the best. And then we've expanded this year, which has been super exciting, into boob tape, bodysuits, and some ready to wear. And the boob tape, kind of, our customer just freaked out for it. So strapless bras never worked for anybody, let's all admit it. And now with fashion, we've got one shoulder and we've got side boob and we've got all the things. So the boob tape now you can cut to size and you just tape it on. 10 hours sweat-proof technology. It's incredible. And we launched 2021, we launched bodysuits, and it's reversible. So we have 2 shades in every bodysuit. We also launched with a one-of-a-kind, we called it our naked camo print, which was all 9 shades in the camo print, which you see there. And when we were testing out the bodysuit with our team that we have here, we're all different heights and sizes. And we realized that one standard girth for a bodysuit is the problem that everybody is facing, right? You have some friends that can't wear it and some that can. So what we did is we created 3 snaps on the bottom. So you actually can cut to size. So it truly does fit every woman on earth. And then we started some ready to wear. We've put our logo on some stuff. We have made hats, beanies, these vegan leather caps that we can't keep in stock that are amazing. And we would love to go into swim and activewear. Our marketing strategy, this year for 2022 for us, our word of this year was focus. So our retail focus, we are definitely focusing in wholesale. We've been to a bunch of wholesale markets and our wholesale accounts have been exploding. We are lucky enough to start now with brand collaborations. I've got 2 huge ones in the works that I can't even talk about now that we're so excited about. Growing our own e-commerce and pop-up shops. We've learned that our customer wants to come in person and touch and feel and experience it with us. And so our customers keep returning to all of our pop-up shops and buy 1 bra and then buy 2 bras and then keep going through the whole thing. And growing our visibility focus. All of our social platforms, we are verified merchants on Pinterest and Instagram and everything. We want to focus on our video growth and growing our ambassador programs and loyalty programs. And on this page, it's a little snapshot of our Instagram. You can see our growth in our engagement rate is up 900% from the year before, which is quite incredible. And the other one down there from February 5th, we opened a pop-up shop that we had for a year, which was incredible. We got to meet with our customer in person and really see what she wanted and what she was shopping for and what worked and what didn't work for her. And as you can see, when we opened, our engagement rate was at 24%. So what people are saying, we've got press, which has been really exciting. Our biggest bump in sales, we went on BuzzFeed one day and we had like a 500% website growth in views that day, which was amazing. We've had people tell the story about Naked Rebellion and how it started. And Women's Wear Daily featured us after our first time. We went to Magic, which is the wholesale trade show. Women's Wear Daily did a feature on us and about how we were kind of rebelling in the industry and breaking some ceilings. And then again on here, you can see January 22, which is the beginning of the year, our engagement rate was about 8%. And then August 9th was when we were at Magic when that Women's Wear Daily article came out, and our engagement rate was at 13%. These are some of the milestones, growth stages, and our success indicators that we've had here at Naked Rebellion. We launched in July 2019 with a fashion show, which is a bit backwards in how most people launch a brand. It was incredible, and we sold pre-orders after our fashion show. January 2020 was when we had our first production run coming. It finally got delivered February 22, and then the pandemic hit, so that was always a wild thing to navigate through. And then February 2021, we opened that storefront, that 1-year-long pop-up that we showed you the engagement rate. We opened that month in February with our highest sales to date, $11,000 in sales in that month. And then on August 2021 was our first foray into wholesale market. We pushed wholesale and we've got into stores all over the US, and we're so happy to announce our first store in Canada. It's super exciting. And then right now, March 2022, with all of these partnerships that we have on the horizon. We're about to embark on our largest production run scale to date. We have an 18,000 unit production run kind of in the queue, waiting to get all the contracts signed for us to get into production for that. Here's our financials from when we started up until now with some projections. At the bottom, you can see that we've done year-over-year growth has been quite extensive. And the 2 dates that I've highlighted on here, August in 2021 is again when we went to Magic, and you can see that spike from wholesale orders, and we got to do an in-person sale there at Magic, and we did $6,000 in sales in almost 4 hours, which was crazy. We were slammed and sweating. It was amazing, but just proving that the marketplace wants to buy this product. I've also circled September 2022, which is coming up. That is when all of these things that I'm talking about should be launching. We've got some things on a TV show. We've got huge brand partnerships with both e-commerce, drop shipping, and with in-person stores. $450,000 is our projected revenue for this year of 2022, and our wholesale me and my husband did it together. With our, I call her in her right hand. Anderson is wonderful. She has worked for huge companies like Revolve, Target, and Forever 21, and she helps in our production team and making sure that all the cuts get to the factory, to all the places they're supposed to be. And Zoe Trainer, she started as our intern, and we bumped her up and brought her on full time, so she helps us with all of our digital marketing and our emails. And this is us. This is the Rebellion. I hope everyone opens their phone and joins us on social. Naked.rebellion is our social. And for everybody watching, Girlboss20 is the code, and you can get 20% off.
Jessica, what a pitch.
Thank you.
I love that you live and breathe your brand. You can hear it from your voice. And I love that you're an operator turned entrepreneur, because I think that experience is incredibly valid. Okay, so I'm going to ask the annoying investor question, which I'm sure you get all the time, which is, now that this is becoming kind of ubiquitous with people and other brands having inclusive color and sizing and shades and whatnot, how are you going to continue to differentiate yourself? Because you're investing a lot in retail, pop-ups. I love Magic. I love the energy at Magic. But how are you going to continue to differentiate yourself?
I love getting asked that question, actually, because people, and I also like when people are like, oh, kind of like Skims. And I'm like, kind of, except that those other brands are focused in you changing your body, and we're based in you loving your body. So our products are built to help you feel supported and comfortable, whereas some of those other brands are talking about slimming you down, contouring your body as you are right now isn't good enough. And we want to totally change that vernacular and let this be a community where as you are, you're perfect. Come hang out with us. So that is and I think it's palpable for a lot of our customers that, that's apparent for them.
That's a great answer. Okay, I'm going to ask one short question then. Based on everything that you have going on this year, and you said, focus is definitely that word. If there's one thing that you can do to make sure that message gets across to your customer and your audience, what's that thing that you're going to do? I feel like you kind of alluded to some brand partnerships or maybe some influencers. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
About things that are coming up?
Yeah, things that I feel like maybe the one thing that you think is going to help land that message that, we are about this and everyone else is about something else.
I think if you were to log into our social media right now, you would feel that. Like, there is already this feeling. And if you look at our imagery, we try to have everybody on there. And I also, as the founder, don't also claim to know any bit of what that felt like to not be able to shop my shade in the store. But once I knew that, I knew I had to change it. So I'm an ally, and I want that to be that this brand is here for us. And this is somebody that saw this glaring market gap for women and, other products and other brands, what's like women versus women. I think I said that earlier. And I think that when you see our tag, when you see what our slogan is, and when you hold this product, kind of what went into it. That when we produce it a women-owned factory, mostly women made your clothes. And you can feel it when you grab it.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
I'm great.
Good. Great pitch. Really, really cool experience too. I always love when someone is so deep in their work and they notice a problem, and then I think those make the best businesses and the best initial sparks and ideas. I have one question for you. I was just been scrolling on your website and your social as we're doing this pitch, which I guess is the benefit of doing it virtually, because you can't really do that while you're doing it live. But I did notice some stock outs on your website. And I also noticed that you had a lot of different SKUs. You have like necklaces and beanies and sweaters, like, you know, for a brand that's pretty young, you've diversified out of like the lingerie category. I'm just curious to hear about your thought process on like on the 80/20, on your product assortment strategy, and on the supply chain as well.
Great question. We, like, when we did the pop-up shop, we realized that our customer, you know, they were coming in for the bras, but we wanted to also upsell them as they were in there. So we launched some of those additional products that you're seeing there, because we were able to get them to buy a bra, an underwear, and a necklace, or a bra, and underwear, and a hat. So that was kind of just a way for us to generate a little bit more revenue with not a ton of work involved.
And
So
you're
that
running
is where a lot of
lifestyle
that-
as well. I get that.
Absolutely. And, you know, we want
Yeah.
to see what does our customer say? Do they want us to go into swim? Do they want to wear shirts? Do they want to wear sweatshirts with this? And they do. So that's a super exciting, you know, stat to know for us. We pretty much use that year-long pop-up as just like A/B testing everything. And we're lucky that it was profitable at the same time. You know, most people don't get to make money while they A/B test. So we did, and that was awesome. But yeah, that's definitely what we got to learn. But when we focused this year, right? Focus was my year. We realized that wholesale was the place for us to get more bang for our buck. And so you're saying we have a lot of SKUs out, which we're pretty fortunate for, because our wholesale orders were greater than we had expected for after our first time at Magic. And so now we are in production to get all of those replenished. And we have been able to focus, because we have so many SKUs, that ends up being a really expensive thing to do a production run with. So we have been able to pare down what are our 5 best-selling shades, and then help our retailers kind of focus in those 5 shades. So it's not as so many SKUs. And then we've tried to help them focus, which, you know, into the bralette and the tank bra, which are our 2 best-selling bras, and then the high-waisted and the brief, which are our 2 best-selling underwear.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks, Jessica. Echoing what Lulu said, it's really cool to see how you took a problem and just created a solution based on what you saw. I just have 2 quick questions. I don't know if you covered this, but I just wanted a bit more clarity on it. The first is, what is your average order value? And the second is, what's your customer acquisition cost?
Our average order value is around $70. Our bras retail for $68. Sometimes they just buy a bra, sometimes they buy other things with it, but and then our boob tape is lower, so that's kind of where the average comes in. Our customer acquisition cost is around $10 right now. We haven't done a ton of ad spend, and this has all been incredibly organic, which we're super lucky about, and it also speaks to the community that's been created around it. So we really, when it comes to spending in that, it's been very, very minimal.
Got it. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, thanks, Jessica. It was a really crazy story. So thank you for sharing that on how you first came up with that. What is your repeat rate and your average basket value on currently?
Sorry, what was the second part of your question? I have the repeat rate and the
repeat rate and average basket size on first purchase.
Our average repeat rate right now for our customer is 16%, but that is on our website stats. That doesn't also include when we do pop-ups, because we tend to do at least 1 to 2 a month. So it probably is higher than that, because our customer does shop in person. But right now, I can say between like 18 and 22% is the return. And the cart value is about 70.
About 70. And then of the 400 last year, how much of that was pop-ups in retail versus e-commerce?
And are you talking about revenue?
Yeah.
Revenue last year was only 150.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was projection of this year. So
that's projection for this year based on the stuff. Yeah, sorry. I wish I could. Didn't want to mislead you on that.
No problem. I appreciate that.
We had the pop-ups. We had the year-long pop-up for starting in February of last year. So I would say the majority of it was in our store. Okay. About 90% of it.
90% of it. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Jessica, you're done. That was great. I am going to call Jenna and Jordan up onto the stage. Our judges are busy deliberating in the group chat. This is an extremely tough decision. So we're going to give them some time, but not too much time. And as we're waiting, I know we've touched on this, but it'd be really nice to hear it again from each of you. How would you use this prize money, and why is it so important to you and your business growth? So Jenna, we can start with you.
Yeah, so for us, we really want to put this money into finally jumping into paid ads. We want to A/B test some retargeting ads. Since we have a high repeat customer base, we really want to see and test in that space. And then also, I of course want to put the money into something that I know creates a strong ROI for us and we know is successful. And that is our micro influencer gifting list. We gift about 10% of our inventory, but being able to up that, especially with future collections, I know will be very successful for us.
Well, that's great. Building an incredible influencer program can be vital to brands, especially as you're starting out. So I definitely understand that. Jordan, what about you?
Hi, we plan on using the funds to also increase our spending via paid ads and digital marketing, as well as also using the funding for other forms of marketing, such as influencer gifting and also the giveaways. So we plan on basically using all of the money towards marketing and advertising, leaning more into our current website and e-commerce platforms. As we've spent most of that energy on Amazon, we really want to start gaining brand awareness and visibility through our website. And we want to use the funding to do it that way.
That's great. Yeah, lots that can be done for sure. And it's nice to see that you're thinking about it. How do we expand and amplify our brand in the public market? So awesome to see that. And Jessica, what about you?
This prize money would be at the most incredibly needed time for us right now. We have, like I mentioned, a bunch of production runs about to happen. So we will put all of it straight into production and to growing our bestsellers and restocking the empties on the cart right now.
Okay, great. So that's awesome to hear. We don't have a winner yet. So I'm going to just go through a few things about Clearco. So what's interesting about Clearco's rev-based financing is that a lot of founders, they take that funding for marketing and inventory, which is really great to see. So it's also another option as you're looking to scale and grow your brand. Come with Clearco. We can offer one-on-one business consultations to our 3 finalists here and all the founders watching. And see if you're eligible for capital offers to put towards your business growth. But of course, there's other ways to get funding, including these pitch competitions. So we're so thrilled to have the 3 of you on board today. All right. I still got to go. I still got to do the filler. Amazing. So Jessica, what is one of the largest pain points that you've had with your business?
I think probably like most businesses, it's cash flow. Cash flow is king. You know, when we had the pop-up, we obviously then had to staff it all the time too. So we then went into like this hiring and the bills and all the money flowing for that. So that was the biggest learning curve for us. And that's definitely been the hardest part. But there's nothing better than like learning as you go. Right. So we kind of feel like I got like a PhD in that now.
Yeah, it's definitely, we hear that often from founders. It's for sure one of the biggest pain points and hurdles that you have to go through, especially starting a new company. Jenna, what about you?
It's hard to think of just one because I think as you're growing and as you're making so many turns, it's like you think you have it all figured out for like maybe a few days and then you find out a whole new growing pain. So I think like fulfillment, sourcing ethical silk was really difficult. Ethical production while also keeping our numbers down was extremely difficult. And just growing pains, being sold out and struggling to get more inventory and supply chain issues. I think I listed everything.
It's a lot, but hey, staying true to your brand is worthwhile. So it's worth the pain to find the ethical products. And Jordan, what about you?
I would say cash flow, mostly because I would like to obviously increase our marketing spend, but also because now that we're available at the Allure store and other e-commerce platforms, I'm needing the inventory to fulfill the space there for our products, but also all of the the events and other things that are required to be there. And so I do need cash flow to maintain my inventory for those, launches and events and retail.
Incredible. Thank you for that. We have a winner. This was a very, very tough decision. So I'm going to bring our judges back to the stage, please, and pass it to Michele to announce our winner.
Okay, I was like going to talk on mute again. So guys, incredible pitches. And we really, really loved hearing about all your businesses and just how innovative and creative all three of you are being. And we have decided that the winner of the pitch competition is Jordan from Flora and Noor. Congratulations.
Oh my God. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we thought there was great differentiation, incredible LTV, and are really excited for you.
Congrats, Jordan.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That seriously means so much to me, and it's seriously going to go to great use. And I hope that you guys fall in love with the brand as well, and I'm able to share products with you too.
Amazing. Jordan, thank you so much. Jessica, Jenna, incredible job. That was such a tough decision to make. And thank you to our judges. Thank you to Girlboss. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. I hope that sends everyone into the weekend well, and hopefully we'll see everyone soon. Thank you.
Thanks.